The GOAT, it's Rob Gronkowski. Rob, you told me once that you disguised yourself in airports and you really, touted your skills in that, like it was a superpower. Nobody can see me, whatever, I'm 6'6", I can hide. You've been on Dumois back-to-back weeks, spotted, walking your dog, walking Ralphie, I forget the other one from last week, you're all over the place. Dumois cannot, they don't see your costume.
What's Dumois?
You don't know what Dumois is?
What word is that? What does that mean?
You don't know what Dumois is?
No.
Oh, it's like Gossip Girl. It's like a Gossip Girl in real life when they just people just send in where they see 6'6" future Hall of Fame tight ends.
So I was caught walking Ralphie again?
Yeah, I forget there was another one from this. They were walking Ralphie somewhere. I wanted to ask you about it last week, and then I wasn't going to say anything, but then it was back to back, and it was like Gronk spotted. I forget what it was or where you were. I'll have to go back and look. But basically, you might need a better costume.
Paparazzi. They always get you, Kay.
But now everybody's paparazzi. We have a special guest joining the show to bug you in a bit, and he has a fun paparazzi-ish story about you about a late night out with him. So I can't wait to get our mystery guest on the program. Cool. But do you have any guesses on who it is, or do you know?
You know. He's probably a former Patriots player. Okay. Is my first guess. He was probably drafted in the second round, like myself. That's my second guess. Yeah. And the next time I'm going on the show next week, Wednesday, I will never look at your tweets again before the show starts because it gives it away every single time. No, we didn't do it the last time. We didn't do it with Chris Hogan, and we didn't do it with Nink when we surprised you. But today, I texted it to everyone. I'm still going to act surprised, Kay.
Yeah, Richard is in my ear, and he's like, he's not going to know. He doesn't even, he's not going to see it. And I go, he just retweeted, he sees it. You, the incompetence is staggering.
Richard, you messed up with the tweet.
I know.
Don't tweet the special guest next time.
Day one.
Ryan Russillo would never. He would never. We are going to have, he was my fantasy football team name for a while. So fresh, so Vereen. That was it. That was it for a while. All right, I want to talk to you about tight ends, okay? Because you are the master. You are a four-time Super Bowl champion, okay? You put Sam Laporta on the map. You're doing all of this. And apparently we are in mid-celebrations for what National Tight End. I thought it was a day. Apparently it's like birthdays in your 20s. They're week-long celebrations. What makes this era, which I believe is the golden era of the tight end, the last 10 years. What makes it so special and stick out? And how proud are you of what's going on with that brotherhood?
Yes, well, first off, there's a lot of reasons. There's a lot of cues that make a tight end so special now these days. And there's a big difference from where the tight ends were from back in the day to where they are now. First off, tight ends get paid a lot more than what they used to. They used to be like the running backs of this era. No one cared about them. No one would pay them. Everyone would give them minimum wage, in the NFL. So that's, most crucial is they're getting paid more. And also now they're more versatile. Back in the day, they were kind of you just either had a blocking tight end or you had a tight end that was just going out for passes. But majority of them were just straight blockers, especially in the 90s and early 2000s. Only a select few guys there were, like a Tony Gonzalez and like a Jason Witten, who started really transforming the tight end position to where it is now. And then on top of it, they are the focal point of the offense now in majority of the offenses. When you have a good tight end, you have to focus on them. And if you don't, they're going to keep just repeating themselves with catches over the middle of the field and getting first downs continuously. And you see that happen now these days a lot more. And also, they spread out around the field a lot more. A tight end, depending on how versatile they are, they can line up in the backfield. They can line up at the wide receiver position. A tight end can line up on the line right next to an offensive tackle. So just overall, the tight end position has transformed tremendously in positive ways that you cannot imagine where it would have been compared to 2000, 2001, 2002, and in the 90s.
I'm not trying to, a lot of that's because of you. I hope you know that, or I don't know if you hear about that from the younger generation, but even just thinking about it, that offense in New England ran through you. You revolutionized what the tight end is. Do you feel that way? Do you feel that?
I definitely would say I was a part of it. I mean, I wouldn't just say it was just totally myself. There was other players, Jimmy Graham. You got Travis Kelce now. You had Tony Gonzalez before me, Antonio Gates. But I would say as a whole, we revolutionized the position. I would say I revolutionized it in the way of being able to block a guy in line and also going out all the way outside, spread out 3-by-1, and I'm the guy that's by myself in the 3-by-1 formation, and then Tom throwing me a fade route versus a corner, versus a safety, or versus a linebacker, whoever would line up versus me. So just planting yourself on an island, I would definitely say I kind of started that tradition. You really didn't see much of that in the tight end era, with tight ends throughout the NFL, but now you see it a ton. Especially with a guy like Travis Kelce. He goes one-on-one a lot out there at the wide receiver position. And also, you were just showing my highlights, Kay. Every single time I come out on the show, I'm kind of getting sick of seeing my receptions and catches and stuff. I want to see the next time. I'm challenging the whole K production to bring out some of my blocking plays. That's what I'm most proud of, is me pancaking some guys, tossing some guys, the running backs running behind me, like a special guest, Shane Vereen. Ask him about it. He loved running behind me. The running backs love, having an outside sweep with me leading the way. So I want to see some blocking highlights.
I think it's
that
fair.
transforms the position.
We can't even get a graphic up that keeps our mystery guests under wraps, and you think we're going to be able to find? Come on, give me 2 weeks to make it up. We will do that.
All
and
right,
I like
weeks,
that. I like that. That's what you're most proud of, and I like that you bring up Tony Gonzalez, because I think about for the tight end to be the primary option, that was Tony, that was ahead of your time, but you really were one of those guys where it really sort of ran through you. In the history of the NFL, is there a tight end that you think you wish, if you could pick and make a wish and be like, man, I wish this guy had more love while he was playing, even now? Is there a tight end that you wish was on the map more for whatever the qualities are that you love about the tight end position?
The tight end for the New York Giants back in the day, and Coach Bill Belichick coached him as well. Yes, Mark Navarro, actually. Mark Navarro. Sorry, Kay, my brain's just not
all good
right now, but Mark Navarro was
him?
an absolute beast. I actually have a friend that I'm very close to. He's about the same age as Mark Navarro, and he played versus Mark Navarro, and he just still to this day, he goes, yeah, Gronk, you're a great tight end. You're the best, but let me tell you, Mark Navarro, I had to go versus him. He was the strongest guy that ever blocked him in his life. And my friend never got pancaked, never lost a fight in his life. And he said Mark Navarro took him and just absolutely tossed him, and said Mark Navarro's hands were the strongest hands he's ever felt in his life. And he's the one that really started transitioning the tight end position back in the day, in the blocking game and in the receiving games. He was a complete tight end. So Mark Navarro, I wish he kind of played in this era, and it would have been super cool to play with Mark Navarro as well, a fellow beast.
He's a two-time Super Bowl champ with the Giants. Everybody in my ear is telling me his highlights are crazy. I've got to check him out, and that's all that matters. He was running through the Niners and Cowboys defenses, and I'm told no one could tackle him. So that's fun homework for anybody out there who's trying to celebrate National Tight End Day/week and everything. And shout out, of course, we'll talk to Debo here in a second, to what Kittle has done to sort of make that a thing. And we want to get to some of these games, right? Dolphins at Eagles. Okay, thoughts on the Sunday night game? You got to get your thoughts. Is it really? I would like to know from the Philly vantage point, because Ian Rappaport is reporting that they go out and they signed Julio Jones. This offense, not that explosive. Jalen's throwing interceptions. It's weird. Is this signing of Julio Jones, who you know really well, a needle mover?
I think it's a great signing. I don't see really any negatives from the signing. I can only see an upbeat positive with the signing. Julio Jones, he's a good player. If he can help out at all, then that's a good signing. It's not like you're paying the guy $20 million. He probably signed for $1 million or $2 or $3 million, which is nothing in this salary cap era. So I think it was a great signing. Yes, if he has a couple catches, that's great. Especially it moves the needle tremendously, though, is if he's back to his playing days form, like when he was playing in 2016, 2017, when he was just putting up an outrageous amount of numbers, over 100 yards a game, a touchdown a game. So if he can do that again, that's going to be crucial. That's going to put the Eagles on the map. Their offense is going to be super explosive then.
Marissa, our resident Philly fan, Gronk just said if he catches a couple of passes and he can somehow get back to 2016 Julio Jones 1,000-yard seasons, What do you make of that?
That was so long ago, Gronk. What the heck? I was like 16 in 2016.
Hey, there's always hope. There's always hope. He took off. You just never know. Some guys, they can bounce back and be tremendous. So, but I don't see it really happening. The chances of that happening probably 5%. But I was just throwing it out there to say if that happened, it's going to be scary.
So you're saying there's a way that he could hang out with Aaron Rodgers and get whatever cheat codes are happening to his Achilles.
I'm down.
There you go. Exactly, Kay.
Just
exactly.
a little turmeric, little whatever, holistic stuff, little juju, whatever. Okay, what makes you... Listen, this is a great game. I like that we wanted to talk about this game. It's the Finns, it's the Birds. We got defense, we got offense, we got all this. We got, the Eagles needing to bounce back. This could be a Super Bowl preview, question mark?
It possibly could be, and what's cool about this game is that it's Tua versus Jalen Hurts. They were both the quarterbacks at Alabama at one time. And you got to really think about it. Coach Nick Saban, imagine that decision he had to make. He had a Jalen Hurts as the quarterback, national championship winner, and he benched him for Tua. And then Jalen Hurts transferred to Oklahoma to go be the quarterback there. And now they're facing each other both as the starting quarterback in the NFL. But just imagine if you were in Nick Saban's shoe, how you bench your starting quarterback for Tua for a guy that already won you a national championship. That's mind-blowing. I would never really want to be in that situation. Plus, it's actually the best situation you could be in. You have two amazing quarterbacks. So this is kind of like a battle of who's Nick Saban's favorite player is Tua versus Jalen Hurts this game.
I like it. I'm just picturing Tua to Gronk, 99-yard catch and run, touchdown, score, crazy dance. Who's Travis Kelce? Who are we talking about him? That's not the tight end. Rob Gronkowski is still the tight end of note in the NFL. We're going to take a break here. We've got Deebo Samuel on the other side. We're very excited about that. That's my Super Bowl pick. They're going to the Super Bowl. They're winning. I don't care about last week. We're moving on with Deebo after this on Up and Adams. And more with Gronk right here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.